something?
Hmm? Oh, no. Just wondering if I could see any armored guards.
Armored guards? You mean Voron's soldiers?
The moment we defeated their lord, all those guys bolted out of there. And not just out of the castle either. The city, too. For better or worse, it was the guards who looked after the city's Danans. Without them, making Pelegion half-habitable again has been one big headache.
It's not like they were on their last legs. They could have chosen to stay and fight, but instead they ran away and disappeared without a trace.
But without a lord to follow, they can't have any place to go. Unless... You don't think they went to Lenegis, do you?
It's not completely out of the question. Though I'd say it's more likely they're biding their time somewhere, just waiting for the perfect moment to strike back at us.
The people here in Pelegion are nowhere near ready to defend themselves. Great. Another headache to worry about.
So many skits.
Is it just me, or was today's dinner a little low on salt?
I felt that it was seasoned perfectly, so as to bring out the flavor of the ingredients.
Last taste buds are still like a kid's, so if his food isn't rich enough, I bet he doesn't feel like he's eaten anything at all.
Don't make fun of me! We all need salt in order to survive!
He has a point. You do lose stamina if you don't get enough salt in your body.
Yeah, I remember seeing people trying to lick the rocks back in Calaglia.
What? Why would anybody do that?
Sometimes you can find rocks out there that taste salty. They used to say it was because of all the tears we slaves shed.
Most likely, that was actually rock salt that they found. When our provisions ran low, Nagal would often bring some back for us to use. At the time, we used it because it's all we had. But now there's something hearty about rock salt I like. Even more than table salt.
Is it possible, perhaps, to find any rock salt in these parts?
It is. You have to know what you're looking for, but when I find any, I always break some up to refill our supply. The flavor even changes depending on what kind of terrain it comes from. Sometimes I end up collecting more than we need, just in case we like it.
Wow, Kisara's really serious about her salt.
You can always count on Kisara to be earnest. That's why we have to do our part and not add any more to her burden.
It's just salt. I'm not a big fan of salt myself. I mean, I'll eat salt, but like, I don't care too much about salt. Now we can fast travel. Weren't there some side quests to take care of? I thought there were. Alright, there's the star. I could have sworn there was a side quest or two. Oh, it's in Pelegion, not, Castle. We'll pick those up.
Are we really gonna search through this whole castle?
Oh, quit grumbling. This sort of stuff's old hat for us by now.
Yeah,
No big deal.
you've got a point. But
It's not going to take forever, Law, I promise. Let's just do what we came here to do and get out.
Nice and simple, just the way I like it. I did just remember, though, we are stuck here. We have no way of getting back plot-wise, which is probably why we can't go back. Kind of curious what is going to make us go back, like how we're actually going to get to go back. We're going to, like, make a boat or something, or find a boat. Something, I don't know what, though.
Very well.
Alright, you're clear, you can leave. Huh? Somehow I'm both surprised and not surprised to see him here. So you're the guys hoarding the rations? What are you doing? Get back to your position. Excuse me? I'll only say it one more time. Get back to your position. What's this guy's deal? Any slaves who disobey orders must be put to death. So says Lord Voron. Yeah, he's dead. Voron's dead.
do these guys not realize who we are?
Doesn't seem that way. I must think we're just Danans from the town.
Whatever's going on, these are Voron's soldiers. Watch yourselves.
Yeah, they're no big deal. I'm your king. Like, you do what I say now. I'm the new king who succeeded Wolverine, and I'm much better than him, too. Oh, that somehow worked. I didn't take damage. I wish I had my rush. I don't. Not my rush, my boost. I'm Shion now. Complete focus. Although not really. I can cast arts in my sleep. Goodbye. Yeah, I don't even need the mystic art there. So it wasn't a Danon stockpiling the rations, it was some of Volan's soldiers hiding out in the castle. Yeah, I'm not sure whether to be relieved or freaked out about it. What are you guys trying to accomplish? Are you out trying to get vengeance for Volan? What's going on here? Something's weird about all this. Are you men aware that Lord Volan is no longer around?
You don't say.
These soldiers seem to think only of the orders they were given to them. Their mind is completely blank otherwise, just like the Danons here. Looking back on it, I did feel those soldiers we fought here before were mindless. If that's true, then they haven't been hiding out here. They've been going out about their business as usual. I guess so. Everyone here was Volan's slave, both Danons and Renans alike. That's the kind of realm he was running. But that doesn't explain why all hell didn't break loose with these guys once Volan was gone, like we've seen elsewhere. A month has passed since Volan was vanished. It's entirely possible things may be starting to crumble at the fringes. The fact that they haven't to any degree has allowed these soldiers to carry on, though it were business as usual. Whatever the reason, we can't let these guys keep walking around. We should bring them to the barracks for the time being. I agree, but I don't know if they're going to come quietly. Listen to me carefully, men. I am Lord Dohalim Ilkaris. I have an order for you. I probably butchered his last name. Lord Dohalim, but sir, Lord Volan has left the realm and is no longer the ruler. Therefore, in accordance with the Renan law, you must all pledge your allegiance to me. So, you expect us to serve you now, my lord? If you respect the Renan rule of law, then yes, that's precisely correct. Of course we shall follow your orders, Lord Dohalim. Holy crap, can't believe that worked. I can. This should suffice for the time being. Let's bring these men into the barracks and then speak with Game once more. Dohalim, my guy, coming right through.
I can't believe how quickly you got all those soldiers to obey you, Dohalim.
Actually, they were abiding Renan hierarchy, not me personally.
Let's go talk to what's-his-face. I guess this subquest was mandatory.
Well, either way, it solved the problem, and that's what counts.
I've talked to the soldiers and made it clear that they are to remain in line. Things should stay calm for the time being.
I know Renans tend to take authority extremely seriously, but you sure know how to throw your weight around as a former lord.
I only managed to get through to them because Volron's curse is lifting, but not to the extent that they can act independently as of yet. Considering we had other matters to attend to for the past month, we should consider ourselves lucky that nothing occurred during our absence.
But if they do start operating independently again, that's going to cause a whole new set of problems to deal with.
Indeed. Geneth Heros is unlike Menancia. Without intervention, they'll likely revert to oppressing the Danons as they were doing before.
Meaning there's still a lot of work to be done in this realm. Not that there aren't problems among the Danons, too.
Yes. There was no way to avoid the deep-seated conflicts that had festered here. But I just hate that we had to use your position as a lord to solve the situation, Dohalim.
Had I not intervened, yet more blood would have spilled here, and nobody wishes for that.
So, what's going to happen to the Renans here now?
Why do you ask?
We've stripped the soldiers of their armor and locked them up. They can't hurt you guys anymore. I promise.
So they're alive? They're not going to die?
What?
Those people deceived us. They did terrible, terrible things to us. They made us suffer. Long before you guys came along. For years and years and years. It was constant. Never stopped. Not even for a day. So many people died. Our parents, our children, our friends. They all died. They were murdered. And it was the Renans. The Renans were the ones who did it. They killed us. Why do they get to live after so many of us have died? The bastards should die. Every last one of them!
I know how you feel, Ganya. I used to be a slave, and I hated the Renans just like you. I took up the blazing sword to bring them down. But along the way, I've met many people and seen many things. People refusing the hand life dealt them. People who have lost loved ones, but are still trying to make this world a better place. People driven by hate who stopped before it was too late. And those who couldn't and paid with their lives. And I fought plenty of people who were all too happy to make others suffer. Believe me. But after a while, I came to realize that it's not the Renans who are our true enemies.
Then what the hell are we fighting if it's not them?
We're fighting against anyone who tries to take what doesn't belong to them.
But that's what these Renans are doing. How is that any different?
Because I judge everyone by their own actions. That goes for Danans too. Because at the end of the day, at the root of all evils committed is an individual who committed them.
You're right, Alphen. It seems like people are either blaming an entire race for one individual's sins, or an individual for everyone else's mistakes. But all that does is add more hate in a world that's already full of it. I want to help create a society where people can finally stop suffering and move beyond their pain. But if we try to do that with more violence, then we'll just end up right back where we started in the first place.
All right. Have it your way. I can't argue with the folks that helped us get back our ability to think and speak freely again.
Is that to say you trust us then?
I don't trust the Renans as far as I can throw them. I trust you guys because of who you are and what you've done.
Fair enough. We won't let you down, Ganya.
What's the matter, Kisara? Is something wrong?
Oh, no, nothing. It's fine, really. I'm just a bit worried about what'll happen to all these folks.
Right. It'll take time before they start thinking for themselves again.
Indeed, that is part of it. However, what I'm even more worried about is what will happen to them after that. What do you think they're going to want once they realize how cruel Volron was to them?
Probably revenge.
What happened to Ganeth Haros is the worst form of oppression we've seen, but treated cruelly or kindly, slaves will rise up.
Lenegis aside, there are still remnants of Renan supremacists scattered throughout Dana.
You mean all that trouble we went through to get rid of the Lords might just lead to more violence? That's the last thing I want to see happen.
Of course not. And if we don't do something to prevent it all from starting up again, there could be even more bloodshed for us to regret. There's still a lot we don't know about the Renan rulers. Whatever the face of truth behind their veil, it's on us to put a stop to them. But there is one thing that's clear. Whatever we do to finally end it, our motives can't be getting back at the Renans, or it'll all be for nothing.
So, what exactly is it that you're saying? That we should just act as if nothing happened?
Law's right. We can't expect everyone to just forget all the pain they've endured up until now. Not so easily, at least.
But we have to at least try to change course. We can't just keep allowing history to repeat itself like this.
Exactly. Look, I won't deny that between the crown contest and 300 years of oppression, there's a lot of bad blood between the Danans and the Renans. But all these problems are just too big for us to try to carry the burden on our own. We'll keep doing our part in the interim, but we need to take this one battle at a time.
The way this game tackles themes like this is awesome. Very, very good. Plot may not be super unique, but the way it's tackling...
I don't think we're done just yet. I want you all to stick around a little longer. There might still be people who need our help.
When you think about it, thinking for yourself can be a heavy responsibility at times.
Yeah, it's not like your mind will only ever think about good, happy things for one.
Maybe so. But I'll still take that burden over living life as a puppet serving others. That's why I want to do everything I can to help these people.
Yeah, the way this game handles themes like this, like the whole, like, oh yeah, the Renans aren't to blame. I mean, they kind of are, but like, oh, like, not every Renan is the same and it's based on the actions. Where Alphen was talking about, like, yeah, actions are what matters, not the race. Very neat. Reminds me a bit of Symphonia, but not like a carbon copy. Reminds me a bit of that. The way it tackles the theme it's tackling is awesome. We were made to simply do as we were told for so long. If anyone asked questions, they were either beaten or killed. You could tell us to think about what we want to, but my mind's always just going to go back to thinking what I have to do instead. Please, you have to understand I'm not used to living without orders. Feels unsettling. If I do something, and will anyone get mad? If I don't do something, will anyone get mad? Nobody will kill us if we ask questions. Really? But we are taught that asking questions was bad for us. Also, these people are helpless because they were ruled under Lord Vorin. Any side quests? Still can't fast travel, though. There's one in Mahagsara, but I can't go back there. So where are we supposed to go? Either way, I want to tackle these side quests. So level 1, we have level 1 right here and level 2. There's like 3 side quests so far. I want to tackle all these.
Huh? I think someone's calling out for us.
So there's an owl. That was so scary, really, really scary. What's wrong? Why are you so afraid? I heard all sorts of strange noises like crackle, roar, splish, splash, hool, howl, whoosh, boom, bump outside of town, and you left the town? Never go wandering outside where it's not safe, you hear me? Easy, Rinwell. Kid, you probably spotted a Zoogle. Did you see anything when it made that crackle and roar sound? It was red. Red, crackling and roaring. Red. Oh, I get it. He must mean he saw fire coming out of it. Fire, of course. So that would mean the splashing sound is water, the howling sound wind, and that booming sound was you, Rimwell. Why's it gotta be me? Because you're always loud and booming when you're dropping lightning on me when you get mad. This little kid wouldn't know anything about that. Boom, boom, you're a boom, boom, lady. You see what I mean? Even he agrees and hardly knows you. If you two had quite enough teasing me, there's a dangerous Zoogle on the loose. Are you gonna make the scary thing go away, lady? Yeah.
Got it.
You bet. Don't worry, us grown-ups will take care of it. If you saw it outside town, do you think it was in the Lav 2 marshlands? Whatever it is, sounds like it's gonna be a pain. Go get him, Barky boy. Is that your nickname for me or something? Oh, that was good. I like that. We don't have to take anyone's orders anymore. We get to decide what to do now. We have to remember how to think for ourselves. We must have known how to do that before, so we can do it again. Every time I try to think, my body starts shaking. I don't think I can do it. Just too much for me. We don't have to follow orders any longer, but that's an order too. It's too vague. I don't know what to do. If someone could just clearly give me something to do, I could do it. I hate not doing anything. Someone please give me something to do already. Dang these people. Owl, huh? Is it around here?
I hear a voice. Somebody's asking for help.
Hopefully it's nothing that'll be too hard to deal with.
There it is. Sad glasses. How many owls we have? Like 26? 26, yeah.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Hey,